Hello, 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 friends, and welcome. Happy Thursday. Welcome. Come on in. As you all come in, say hello, drop in the chat where you're joining from. Before I get started, I want to make sure that I'm actually talking to someone and you can hear me. So drop in the comments hello and where you're joining from. As you all come in, if you're new to my space, drop a one in the chat if you're like, this is your first time seeing me live here on LinkedIn. I'm also streaming on YouTube, so definitely if you're not subscribed to my YouTube channel, do so if you don't mind at Mac Leadership Academy. That will be greatly appreciated. I would greatly appreciate that. So come on in, welcome friends. I'm going to give it a few seconds. All right, let's see. Let me know that you are here because I know StreamYard was acting up yesterday. I was not able to go live on here for LinkedIn. So let me know that you can hear me. All right, hopefully you can, but I'm going to get started. Well, welcome everyone. Welcome to my weekly. Okay, perfect. I see comments dropping. Tuning in from Atlanta, S. Maxwell. Thank you so much for joining. I'm so glad that because being in the back and you're not hearing, individuals, talk back and forth. It's like, am I even live? Can people see me? Can people hear me? So I'm happy that you're here, S. Maxwell. Thank you so much for joining. Happy Thursday, and welcome to this live. And this is a weekly live that is usually done on Wednesdays, but yesterday internet was acting up. But I'm here today and I want to talk about why it is important for organizations like yourself, or maybe you're working for an organization, to build better leaders for a better business. Yes. And I'm gonna share my experience. I kind of wrote about this a couple days ago, but I want to kind of verbalize my experience that I had with UPS, which is the United States Postal Service, and why it is important and is critical for businesses and organizations to really develop their leaders, to build better leaders so they can have a better business, which leads to a better experience for their customers. So it's a win-win for the business, it's a win for the people in the organization and in the business, and for the customers. Okay. So before I get into that, let me just introduce myself because I will probably have new people here. I am Shevvy Mac, a retired Air Force veteran after 22 plus years, turned leadership development and operation expert. So I'm bringing all of my expertise and knowledge into this space as an educator, trainer, coach, and consultant. So I'm happy to be here, and my company is Mac Leadership Academy. And what we do is truly help organizations and businesses to build better leaders for a better business. Okay. That is the motto. That is our mission, because when you develop your people, your business thrive, your people thrive. Okay. So welcome, welcome, welcome. And we do this in multiple ways through, like I said, leadership training, development. We also provide assessment as well too, that really helps to enhance individual work performance, and their retention and their productivity. So this week I went into, awesome. Welcome, Rochelle. Thank you for tuning in from Maryland. Thank you so much. I love seeing people here because that means I get to interact. And also, if you have any questions, drop them in the chat. If you have a thought that you want to add and you want me to share, by all means, please drop those as well, because this is just not me conversing, but I want to make sure that it's a two-way instead of a one-way conversation. Okay. And today I'm talking about why organizations and businesses need to build better leaders for a better business. And I'm sharing this because of my experience. And you have probably experienced this as well too, maybe before, or maybe even this week. So I went to the United States Postal Office to just kind of ask simple questions about the passport process. And as I went in there, and again, I had time, so I was in no rush. And as I went in there, there were only two employees. And if you can relate to like this situation, maybe it happened to you, you can drop a 2 in the chat. And I went into the post office to just kind of be, like I said, simple questions. It was 2 employees there. And I am that person that, even just walking into a organization or into a operation, you want to feel welcome. And automatically that was not the case. There was no acknowledgement of say, hey, hello, good morning, welcome to our office. We'll be with you shortly. Nothing was said. So automatically that tells you as a customer, like, okay, how is this experience going to be? And right there, and I'm like, okay, This is going to be something today. And one, as they were helping other customers, which again, you still want to acknowledge the customers that are coming through your door, because this is part of building better leaders, because it's all about acknowledgement, not only of the person that you're serving, but the people who are coming in as well too. And that was not done. That was one indication. And then one other person was in front of me. So it was one person in front of me, and then another person. So 3 people. And then another person came, and that was 4 people. And again, not one acknowledgement for anyone. Okay, not one. Yeah, so Lovely Lays dropped 2 in there because she said, hey, it happened to her. Or she's experienced this before. As Maxwell mentioned, oftentimes the lack of customer service is a lack of training from the leaders in the organization. Yes, yes, yes. And sometimes the lack of training is due to leaders saying, not people, but leaders saying they don't have the time. Well, we got to make the time, because it impacts performance, productivity, and retention of your people. It also impacts the experience that your customers are receiving, which impacts your revenue and your profit. So it all ties in when it comes to the development of your people. We have to build better leaders for a better business. And it starts with the leader. So we have to make time. So thank you for that. Also, she said no accountability or corrective actions. I'm about to get into this one. So true. So true, because there was no accountability and no corrective actions displayed in this experience at the U.S. Post Office. None whatsoever. Rochelle said, too, yes, she can definitely relate to this. And I know many of you can relate to this as well, because this is part of customer service. We go to places and we are expecting a certain level of experience, because we want to come back to this office. We want to come back to this organization. We want to come back to this restaurant, whatever the case may be. Rochelle said, I've walked into a lot of establishment where this happens. Yes, but why is this continuing to happen? Because it's a lack of accountability, also a lack of leadership development. Okay. And I think sometimes when we have employees who are at the basic level of customer service, it's like plug and play. We have you here to do a specific job, but that is not all. So organizational leaders need to come down, take time away from all the admin stuff, and make time to develop your people. Bring in the resources to develop your people. So thank you all so much for the comment, Rochelle and S. Maxwell. And as I continue to stand in the line, and again, this was not a busy office. It was not a long line of people. It was 4 people total in line that was waiting. And we were waiting and waiting, still no acknowledgement. And even after the 4th person, which was an individual, he got frustrated because, again, no one said anything. Not one employee said, hey, we are working with these. And again, these are 2 employees working with 2 customers. And I get it. Depending on the service, one was getting a passport renewal, which can take time. And another person was just getting a package to be sent off. But again, no acknowledgement whatsoever. So this 4th person got so upset and was like, this is ridiculous. Like, why is it there's only 4 people in line and we're waiting for 15 plus minutes with no acknowledgement? So that person left. Okay. That person left upset because at all they were not being acknowledged. So now we still have 3 people, the person in front of me, myself, and another person behind me, still waiting, still no acknowledgement. And then finally, the person that was not helping the other person with the passport left. The person in front of me went ahead, got served. Now I'm like, my turn, got served, saying, hey, I just had some basic questions. And this individual looked at me, well, oh, I don't deal with passport. From a business perspective, I don't care if you don't deal with this specific part of the business. You should know the basic. You should know the basic. This is part of the development of your people, of building better leaders, because there's no way, if I'm running that operation, if I'm responsible, even being in the military, serving for 22 plus years. I'm not going to say, oh, you know what? That's not my department. That's not what I'm responsible for. No, my team, and I've led many different operations being in the military, downrange, overseas, here in the States. And I made sure that my people understood if a customer came in, whether that's the fitness operation, lodging operation, food operation, readiness operation, we're going to find the answer, or at least everyone know a piece of each person's job. They may not be the expert, but they know the basic. So as you look at your people, does everyone understand the basic of each person's role so that they can help your customers as they come through your door? 100%, yes. But that is not happening. That is not what happened at the UPS store. The person said, oh, that is not something that I do. You have to wait. Sir, I just have basic questions. I just need some form. You can just pick up the form and say, here are the answers to your questions. Because again, basic questions. What all do I need? Oh, you need this, this, and this. Here are the package. Do I need to make an appointment? Yes, you can go here. That's it. But I was not able to be serviced by that specific employee. And I could tell this employee was a little disgruntled, honestly. Like, he did not want to be there. And he was doing just the bare minimum. And too often organizations have people who are doing the bare minimum because more than likely they're not satisfied. They're not being supported. They're not being heard. They're overworked. They're burnt out. So there's a lot of different factors that plays into this. All right, let's see what Rochelle says. She said, most of the time I only go to establishments where I know I'm going to get great customer service. For example, I only go to Chick-fil-A when it comes to fast food restaurant. Yes, like I am the same. Like I only go to places where I know I'm going to get great customer service. So great example. Even just the other day, I'm like, let me get some chicken wings last Friday for the kids. And the person, again, this is I'm kind of going off a little bit, but it ties into what I'm sharing about building better leaders for better businesses. And when I say leaders, I'm not just talking about top leaders, okay? I'm talking about leaders at every single level, from the front door to your front desk to your high level. This is every single leader, not just top leader, not just managers, not just supervisors, not just executive leaders, even the young person who is working for you. They need leadership development as well too. Okay, because like the other example that I have, the one individual who I went to this restaurant. It was a wings. It wasn't Wingstop, but it was like another very similar chain. And the individual, first time going through the drive-through, and it was a long line. And I got to the person, not a welcome, not a hello, thank you for coming. And I said to this person, hey, this is my first time. What is a special thing? It was more like, oh yeah, we have this. It was very nonchalant, like, girl, like I didn't want to be there. So guess what I did? Thank you. Have a nice day. Did not purchase anything because the customer service from the beginning was lack. Okay. There was no excitement. There were no like, yes, ma'am. Oh, you're here for the first time. Here's our special. None of that. Because as an organization, as a business, we have to make sure, I don't care at what level, that your people are being developed, making sure that they have the resources to provide quality customer service. Because again, that's going to impact your business, is going to impact their ability to continue serving at their best, and your customer to come back over and over again and refer other people to come visit your facility. Okay. All right, just lovely ladies. She said, as a consumer, as well as a customer, success professional having a general knowledge of whatever product or service you offer is a game changer. Yes, of course, everyone cannot do every job, but you should know the bare minimum to appease the client until the expert is available. 100%. Know the bare minimum. Okay. It's too often that I go into or organization or facilities for a specific service, and it's like, oh, well, this person is not here, so you cannot be served. You cannot be helped at this time. I have to come back. So in that moment, I'm not coming back. I'm not coming back. So think about how many opportunities are being lost because your employees are not able to assist customers as they come through the door. Exactly, Rochelle. I am looking for a great experience because when I have a great experience, guess what happens? I talk about your business. I broadcast your business to friends and family, and I come back to your business often and often. There's one restaurant here in downtown Montgomery, and the experience from the time you arrive is amazing. And guess what? I don't mind spending over $100 every time I go. I don't mind spending $12 for the drink. I don't mind spending $50 for the food because guess what? The experience is amazing. So yes, yes. Rochelle said it's about investing in your employees to provide the best. Investing in your employees. So often people are leaving organization because guess what? They don't feel like the employer invests in them. They want to feel like, hey, I'm here to serve, but you're also serving me at the same time. It has to be a win-win for the people and for the organization and for the business. So thank you for all these great comments. Yes. So kind of going back to kind of wrap up, what I talked about with the UPS. So after I had to wait again, I had to wait additional time to be serviced by the person who dealt with the passport. And again, I was able to be serviced, but this person was nice. He gave me the resources. But why should I have to wait 30 plus minutes just to get my questions answered? So as organizations, whether you are in the food industry, the hotel industry, UPS industry, like if you're in the business of service, every single person on your team in your organization needs to know how to deliver quality services because it is key to your business success. It is key to your business thriving. And that starts with development, intentional development, not only for you at the top level, but for your people at every single level within your organization, within your business. Okay. And the fact that this other employee was not able to service me, but also the next customer, another employee came out because we're like, it's not even crowded. Why are we waiting 30, 40 minutes to be serviced? And finally, someone came from the back and they didn't have enough money to provide a money order to the person because they didn't have enough cash. So she's like, well, I can't help you because I don't have enough cash. Okay. He can help you. The same person who couldn't help me was supposed to help this other person, but then he left because he had a break time. So this other customer had to wait because we had no clue what time this person was coming back from break. So she left. Then the lady who was waiting for her passport, who was scheduled for a certain time, was frustrated because now she has to wait for me to be serviced before she can be serviced. Now it was after 10:30. So as you see, the ripple effect of one person not knowing the basic of a specific job and the experience that we all experience, which now we're going to share with other people, which is going to an indication like, okay, I don't want to go to this specific UPS office. It is a ripple effect. So it is important as an organization, as a business, to really look at how am I building my leaders? How am I developing my leaders? Because again, when organization is only focused on the end goal, which is revenue, guess what? You have people leaving, you have people who don't care, who have people provide the bare minimum services. People who are like, hey, I'm just here for the paycheck. But you don't want people who are just here for the paycheck. You want people who are here, employees who are here to be like, hey, I'm getting paid well, but I also love being here. I also love working here. Yes, exactly. Let me know if there are any questions, anything that you want to, you drop it in the chat, and I'll be happy to answer your questions. But I want to just kind of come in here and just kind of share my experience and just kind of reiterate, like, hey, leaders, I get it. We're busy, but you have to make time to develop your people. You have to make time to develop your managers. You have to make time to make sure that they are delivering a quality service that bring more customers in instead of more customers going out. Okay? That is key, because it's a win-win for you. It's a win-win for your employees, and also a win-win for your customers. So at the end of the day, how are you building better leaders so that you can have a better business? That is my question for you. How are you, as an organization or a business, building better leaders for a better business? And if you're looking for support in that space to develop your people, to increase performance, productivity, and retention, then I can support you. You can reach out to me. You can send me a private message to say, "Hey, Shevvy, I want to learn more about your training programs." I'll be happy to share with you. Or you can just send me an email at info@macleadershipacademy.com. We also provide behavioral assessment, which goes with the training that my company provides. So if this is something that you would love to learn more about, reach out, because I will be happy to support you. All right. Any questions before I close out? So I just wanted to just share my experience, because this is a weekly live that's going to happen, and is really going to be focused on going beyond management. That is going to be the series moving forward, how to go beyond management, which is my program. But we're just going to focus on beyond management. So it'll be a weekly live about beyond management, where leaders go beyond just the basic, the bare minimum, and really step in fully into their leadership role. But that comes with support from you as the leader, because they have to have the resources. They have to have the time to develop. Okay? You have to make the time for your leaders to be developed so that they can become better leaders, so that you can have a better business. Exactly. Absolutely, Rochelle. Thank you so much for joining, and thank you so much for your comments. All right, y'all. Well, thank you so much for joining me. I'm Shevvy Mack, your leadership and development and operation expert, helping organizations to enhance their managers' performance, productivity, and retention so that they are developed and ready to step into future roles. If you are an organization and you're looking to get the right support, the right training and development for your managers and for your team, definitely I invite you to reach out to me. You can just send me a message, or you can email me at info@macleadershipacademy.com. And definitely I will be here every week. That is the goal, unless life is happening. Okay, because I do have young kids. But definitely thank you all so much for joining. You can share this live with a friend. And if there are any questions that you have, let me know, #replay. And I will see you all on the next next show, because it's going to be a reoccurring thing. Thank you so much, Rochelle. Great session. Thank you, #slay. Yes. All right, y'all. But yes, expect me to be here every week. Usually it's on Wednesdays, but life happens. All right, y'all. Well, have an amazing Thursday, and I will see you all later. Bye-bye.